Hey guys, it's Scarecrow, and I am doing the part 2 to What If Deku was a Todoroki with a twist. So now I'm gonna get into the video. So, y'all might be wondering why do I have a picture of Zoro here? It's because this is What If Deku was a Todoroki with a twist. Which, that twist involves Zoro and Mihawk. So, I believe I left off. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. YouTube, none of these pictures belong to me whatsoever. I do not take credit for creating these pictures. These pictures were not created by me. So, with that being said, don't subject me to copyright or anything. Please. Don't do that. So yeah. I believe where I last left off was Izuku reading a letter from wait, hold up. I'm gonna see where I left off. And come back to it. Okay. I found where I left off. So Deku's in his sleeping mode. I said it was like 3 weeks before the entrance exam, so yeah. Deku, he goes back to Hawkeye's castle, and he finally decides to pick up Zoro's 3 swords and Mihawk's sword. So Deku finally did that, and hold up, something's wrong with my phone. Okay, Izuku would look exactly like Zoro in this What If. So yeah, Izuku, he goes to Mihawk's castle and he takes all 5 of the weapons, because Izuku is going to have Mihawk's little knife necklace thing. So yeah, Deku, he picks that up, and he buried Mihawk and Zoro. So Izuku, he goes over there and he bows to both of the gravestones, and I'm gonna say for plot reasons, Zoro and Mihawk are in Izuku's head. They don't see, Izuku can choose what they're able to see out of Izuku's eyes, but right now Izuku doesn't know that. So, Mihawk and Zoro both say this at the same time. Izuku, why are you bowing? Even though we did teach you all everything you know, but still, why are you bowing? And Izuku looks around, he says, Mihawk, Zoro, where are you? And Zoro and Mihawk said, somehow we ended up inside your head, and we're able to see out of your eyes and stuff like that. So yeah. And Izuku said, okay, okay, it's kind of weird, but okay. And Zoro and Mihawk are like, Izuku, you've helped us a lot. Zoro said, not Zoro, Izuku says, how did I help y'all? Y'all two are the best, well, were the best swordsmen alive before I happily took that spot. And, Mihawk and, Zoro are like, excuse me, you did what? And, Izuku says, you heard me, I took your spot as the best. And, they're like, we can still beat you. Izuku says, can't beat me if you're dead. And Mihawk and Zoro are like, man, his ego's boosted somehow. But Izuku is happy to know that his masters, or that Izuku is still able to talk to his masters. So Izuku is still happy about that. a ability that Izuku has is he's able to summon fire clones of whoever he wants to. But these fire clones can look and sound like the exact person that Izuku is making a clone of. So it won't look like fire unless Izuku wants to make them look like fire. So yeah. And Izuku basically like, so how long y'all been there? He'd be like, since we passed. And Izuku says, and Zoro was like, and if you want, you I have a spare cloak, and it was basically what you see in the picture, but Izuku isn't gonna have it on his, he ain't gonna have it tied up like that, not yet at least. He only does that whenever he gets serious. So Deku was like, okay. Zoro says he has a spare cloak and in his room if Izuku wants to use that for his hero outfit. Izuku says, okay, thanks. Izuku goes and he gets the cloak that you see in the picture. And Mihawk said, Izuku, even though you came up, even though you found the island whenever we tried our best to hide the island, we're still happy that you found it, because Izuku kind of sees them as father figures, and they see him as like a son of some sorts, and basically they're like, you made us super happy and stuff like that, basically encouraging him to keep going and strive to be a hero. And Izuku says, okay, thanks. And Izuku isn't gonna be cocky or anything. Izuku, he's mellow. Like he knows if he'll be able to win a fight or not. But since Zoro and Mihawk are dead, no one's gonna be able to win unless Izuku is holding back immensely. And Izuku can throw hands as well, so don't think people are gonna be safe, because Izuku is able to throw those hands, and Izuku's really good at it too. And unless if y'all didn't see last video, Izuku has Haki, all 3 forms of Haki. So Izuku activates Armament Haki while he's throwing those hands with you. You're most likely gonna be leaving in a hospital bed. I mean, not in a hospital bed. You're most likely gonna end up in a hospital. So yeah, Izuku goes back to the Todoroki residence, and Izuku Todoroki sees Deku holding 3 swords as well as a giant sword on his back. And Todoroki says, what's that? Did you buy those with Endeavor's credit card? And Izuku says, no. My masters gave these to me. And sadly, they passed away. So their dying wish was for me to take their weapons. And yeah, Izuku he talked to Todoroki and stuff like that, and Todoroki says, "Oh, I'm sorry for your loss," because Izuku did actually he looked up to Mihawk and Zoro more than he did Endeavor. So yeah, and Izuku isn't an All Might fan. He is he's a fan of Eraserhead. Why? because Izuku doesn't care about fame or anything. He would rather be in the shadows than out in the day, but he knows that it'll probably be easier to be out during the day than be out at night because one, there's gonna be big time criminals during the day, and there's petty thieves and robberies during the night. So yeah, and Izuku he called after he's done talking to Todoroki. He calls what's his name, Toya, which Izuku's really close with Toya as well. So he talks to Toya, and Toya's like, "Hey, heard the entrance exams is tomorrow." Izuku says, "Yeah," and Toya says, "Hey, yo, what's wrong?" Izuku says, just some stuff's happened." So yeah, and Izuku he's thinking to himself. He's like, "Okay, well, time to make them proud of me." And Todoroki he's able to use his fire and ice at the same time, and Todoroki doesn't have that problem of getting frostbite anymore because Todoroki trained with his ice with a lot, so he got rid of the frostbite issue. So yeah, we time skip to the entrance exam. Izuku he walks in, and he's able to open up a dimension to where he's able to put anything in there except for humans, sadly. But yeah, Deku he's walking in the UA wearing what you see in the picture. He's wearing that cloak robe thing, and he has that tattoo on his back along with the green hair and bandana, because Izuku did dye his hair while he was at Endeavor's. That way Endeavor knows it's him. So Deku dyed his hair green like Zoro, and he goes into UA and he sits down at the whatchamacallit, in the auditorium. And Deku he's just looking around, and I'm gonna say Todoroki and Izuku are both having to do the thing. Are both having to do the public exam instead of the private, instead of the recommendation exam. So Izuku and Todoroki are doing the public one, and Todoroki was like, "So why didn't you bring your master swords?" Izuku says, "I did." And Todoroki says, "Then where are they?" I have this neat little trick with my fire to where I'm able to open up small dimensions to put things in. And Todoroki says, "That's a nifty little trick." And Izuku says, "It can be." So yeah, Todoroki says, "Do you think I'll be able to do that?" Something like that. Izuku says, "I don't mean to crush your dreams or anything, but no." Todoroki says, "How do you know?" Izuku says, "Well, because I made it, your flames are not as hot as mine, so you can't open up dimensions like what I can do." So yeah, Todoroki is like, okay. So Ito sees Izuku and Todoroki talking, because Izuku and Todoroki are talking whenever President Mike's explaining all this stuff. So Tina Ida says, President Mike, there are 4 robots. You didn't explain the zero pointer. If this is a fluke on UA's part, I'm severely disappointed. And stuff like that. This one in his mouth. And then he points over at Todoroki and Izuku. He says, you two, y'all are distracting people by talking when President Mike is explaining stuff. Izuku says, and you were interrupting him explaining. He probably would have explained the zero pointer if you didn't run your mouth. And Todoroki, or not Todoroki, Todoroki. Todoroki busts out laughing at Ida because Izuku just humiliated Ida. Ida sits down, pouting. He's like, how dare you talk to Ida like that? I come from from a very wealthy family line and stuff like that. And Izuku looks over at Todoroki, and Izuku says, you want to smoke too, brother? I can run my mouth with you too. And everybody hears Izuku call Todoroki brother. They're like, our fam? You're our family? Izuku says, yeah, I dyed my hair. That's why it doesn't look like we're family. They say, oh, okay. Makes sense. So yeah. Izuku, well, now we skip to the written exam. Now we skip to the writing exam part. And Mihawk's like, Izuku, since I'm in your head, technically I can tell you all the answers to this. And Izuku says, how? And Mihawk says, you forget. I know all this stuff. I can easily teach you all this. And Izuku says, fair point. And so Izuku gets every single answer correct, and he even corrects the mistakes that Nezu put on the thing on purpose. So yeah, Izuku corrects those mistakes, and basically, oh man, sorry, something happened. So Todoroki, he's just chilling, and he's man, I forgot what I was saying. Deku, he passed the exam, and he corrected all the mistakes that Nezu put on there to see if anybody would correct it. That alone got Izuku into UA. So yeah, Izuku, well, now we skip to the to the physical exam. Todoroki got almost all of them correct. He missed like 5. So Todoroki gets into UA still. And Izuku basically he's just looking around, and he says, okay, well, more than likely Principal Nezu, Izuku says Nezu didn't say anything about us just running through the door because that isn't in the rule book. And I'm just gonna say there's a rule book on what you can and can't do at the entrance exams. So yeah, Izuku says that, and Izuku says, okay, whenever President Mike is counting down, he's like 5, 4. Izuku summons Mihawk's sword, and he says, man, I don't know any of Mihawk's moves. Izuku does swings down one time, and that broke the locks to because the door was locked for some reason. One slice broke the locks to the giant door, and Izuku just kicks open the door because Izuku has superhuman strength. And Izuku kicks open that door, and he walks in, and everybody else is like, he's cheating, and not everybody else. So what's his name? Ida's like, Professor Mike, he's cheating. He needs to be kicked out of the entrance exams. And Professor Mike says, there are no real countdowns in a real battle. Go, go, go. And everybody else starts running. Izuku's just calmly walking. And he's a whole bunch of 3-pointers surrounding Izuku from all sides. Izuku says, fire. No, Izuku says, fire elimination. Fire wave. And, a ring, a circle goes around Izuku's body, and Izuku says, explode. And the fire explodes off of Deku, and it basically wipes out all the robots that were by Izuku. Which I'm gonna say there was 10 3-pointers surrounding Izuku, and Izuku just took them out with one attack. And they're saying in his head, all the teachers are saying in their head, they're like, why didn't he use the sword? And Izuku, he will use the sword on anybody if he feels like it. Izuku's just really lazy type-ish. He would prefer to use his fire than to use the swords, because to him, those swords are a part of him of some sort. Oh man, I got killed in this game. Sorry for talking. Izuku would basically go around destroying 3-pointers, 2-pointers, 1-pointers. Izuku is not discriminating robots, honestly. Izuku, he goes, and Nezu's like, this is 10 minutes into the exam, and Nezu's like, man, I didn't expect for me to have to do this early, but oh well, I'm bringing out the 0-pointer. And Aizawa looks at the kid, and Eraser says, look, Nezu, I don't care what that kid gets on any of these exams. I see potential in him, so if he fails, then he still gets into 1A. I see a lot of potential in him. And Nezu says, okay, Eraser. And Nezu says, I've never seen you request any student before. This would be the first time you see a lot of potential in somebody like this. The last person that you saw this much potential in was Mario. And fun fact, Bakugo has 1-for-all in this. So Bakugo's overly cocky. And that's going to be fun to deal with. So yeah, Deku, he's just not destroying who it was. Izuku just sat down, and he's just looking, and he's like, man, why are all these robots so weak? And next thing he knows, he hears rumbling, and next thing he sees is a 0-pointer, and Nezu 0.0 is only targeting Izuku because Nezu programmed it to target Izuku. So yeah, Nezu 0.0 is targeting Izuku. Izuku says, oh, this one's targeting me. Okay. Izuku, he pulls out 3 swords. And everybody's like, yes, 3 swords. Why does he need those? And Izuku says, 3 swords style. What move? 300-pound Phoenix. I believe that's the name of the move. And Izuku destroys it. And the robot goes into tiny pieces. And Nezu's like, he destroyed it with 1 attack. And he's using 3 swords. He's using 3 swords. How is that even possible? And Eraser smiles. He says, I'm gonna need to learn how to use swords like that. I might not be able to do 3 swords or anything, but hey, it would be cool to learn at least how to use 1 sword. Which Izuku knows 1 sword style because Mihawk. So yeah, Deku, he's going, and he sits down. And then he doesn't sit down. He goes to walk out the city, and this is whenever President Mike goes over to Izuku. He says, "Look, I can tell you already passed. Principal Nezu wants to see you personally. So yeah." And the exam, and President Mike says, excuse me for a second. Everybody, the entrance exams not entrance. He says, time is up. Now, if everybody would please exit the facility, and if you pass, we will send you a letter. So, potential UA students, good day. And Nezu tells President Mike to get Izuku, Todoroki. Now Izuku Shoto. And right, Shoto. No, Shoto is Todoroki's first name, so Shoto is gonna be Izuku's last name. Okay. Nezu would say, President Mike, can you please get Mr. Shoto to my office? And what's his name? President Mike, he asks, is like, hey, you're Izuku Shoto, right? And Izuku says, yup. What's it to you? And he says, look, the principal wants to see you. Izuku says, okay. Let me tell my brother. That way he knows where I'm going. And he says, oh, your brother can come too. Can you do the stuff that you can do? Izuku says, no, he has half ice, half fire. And he says, wait, that means you're Endeavor's kid? Izuku says, yup, sadly. They say, what do you mean, sadly? Deku says, me and him are not on the best of terms. And, they're like, okay. And Izuku leaves. Izuku, calls, Shoto. Izuku tells Todoroki, he's like, hey, yo, me and you about to go see the principal. And Todoroki's like, what did I do? And Izuku says, you didn't do anything. He wants to talk to me. So, I'm dragging you along with me because I kind of have to I kind of have to um take you home. I Izuku says me and you have to make it back to the house together because Endeavor wanted to see both of us at the exact same time whenever we get back. So yeah. And Todoroki says okay. And Izuku he's just sitting there and he says, hello, I would like to ask you something about your sword fighting technique. Izuku says, what about it? And as he would just say, there's only 2 people on this planet that can use a sword that well. And Izuku says, let me guess, Mihawk and Roanoa Zoro. And, I'm gonna say, what's his name? Mihawk and Zoro knew about Nezu. Nezu and them were pretty good friends. So, Deku, not Deku, Nezu says, how do you know them? Izuku says, look, those were my masters, and sadly they have passed. But I can make it to where you can talk to them still. And Nezu says, oh. And Izuku makes he makes 2 clones out of fire and puts Mihawk's spirit into one of them and Zoro's spirit into another one, and they just appear and they're like, hello Nezu. And Nezu's like, what? Izuku says, yeah, I'm able to do that with clones and stuff. They can't fight or anything, but yeah. Nezu, he's like, okay. And Nezu, he talks to them and they're like, and Nezu says, so you want to train them? No. He says, you 2 have trained Izuku. And Izuku, he's like, yeah, they've trained me. And I'm not teaching anybody else how to use their sword style. Their sword styles are ancient and won't ever be used by anybody except for me and whoever I decide to teach, which won't be anyone. So yeah, Izuku, he says, Mihawk, Zoro, I gotta go back. They're like, what? We just got a living body and you're already making us go back. And Izuku says, not like y'all can do anything with it. I'm like, man, fair point. So they go back into Izuku's self-con. They go back inside of Izuku's head. And Izuku's like, okay. So oh man, I messed up that mission. Sorry guys, I'm in the middle of playing a video game and also doing this video at the same time. So sorry. So yeah, Deku, he's just he's going back to Endeavor's house with Todoroki. Endeavor's like, y'all 2 are the 2 that is supposed to be able to defeat All Might, and he's basically like telling them that the reason why he made them was so they can defeat All Might, basically stuff like that. And Izuku says, nobody cares, Endeavor. Now leave us alone. I'm tired. Izuku got first place on both the exams, so Izuku gets in for sure. So does Todoroki. And Izuku, now he skips the first day of UA. And Izuku, he's walking in, and he hears, it's disrespectful to put your feet on school property and stuff like that. Get your feet off of the desk. Basically, he hears Bakugo and Tenya Ida. He hears them arguing and stuff like that. So Izuku just is like, great, I have to deal with him. And Izuku has never met Bakugo. The reason why he says, great, I have to deal with him, is because he doesn't like bossy people, or just arrogant people in general. So yeah, Deku, he's kind of salty that he has to deal with them. And Izuku says, everyone be quiet. And they say, why should we listen to you? Izuku says, well, if y'all don't want to get kicked out of UA, you better listen. The teacher that is teaching his classes here, he's expelled an entire class just because he didn't see any potential in them. So I suggest y'all listen to me. And do you think that Izuku is kidding? Eraser pops out and says, so if you've done your research. Izuku says, yeah, after all, you're my favorite hero, so I like to keep tabs on how you teach your classes here at UA. And Aizawa was like, oh, I'm somebody's favorite hero? He's feeling happy and stuff because nobody's ever called him his favorite hero or something. And everybody's like, who is that? Izuku says, that is Eraserhead. Real name, Shoto Aizawa. Shota. I don't know his first name. Or last name, whatever you want to call it. Izuku basically is like, so yeah. Y'all better be careful. Because, he will expel y'all if y'all are being loud or anything. Or just being arrogant. And how he says arrogant, he looks over at Ida and Bakugo. And Ida's like, why are you looking over at me? I'm not arrogant. Izuku says, yeah, but you're spoiled. So that's even worse than arrogant. And Aizawa's like, jeez, I like this kid. He's like, why didn't Nezu just make him a teacher? And Izuku is like, Izuku sits down, and Aizawa says, okay, well now that my introduction's out the way, thank you. And Izuku says, Izuku. And Aizawa says, okay. He says, thank you, Izuku. And he says, no problem. And everybody listens to Aizawa. They don't. So yeah, whenever Aizawa says, okay, all y'all go down to training site beta or alpha, whatever you want to call it. And they said why? Not why. Aizawa says, put these on, go down to the locker rooms, go to training field alpha. And everybody's like, why do we have to go down there? And Iraka says, don't we have to go to orientation? And Izuku walks out the classroom and heads to training. and heads to the locker room. And Aizawa says, "Why can't you be like Izuku and Todoroki? They don't ask questions, they just do as they're told. Why don't y'all act like them? It's the first day and they're already my favorite students. I might just expel all of y'all and keep those two." And Bako says, "You can't do that." And Aizawa says, test me and you'll see what I can and can't do." And everybody runs to the locker rooms, and Aizawa says, if y'all not on that field in 30 minutes in those PE uniforms, if y'all are not in those PE uniforms and on that training field in 30 minutes, then I will expel y'all. I'll expel you. And everybody runs except for Izuku and Todoroki because they're in the middle of changing. And Todoroki's dating Momo. I'm gonna say that because why not? It's canon, but they're not dating in canon, but they don't really have the time to be in a relationship. So it is canon though. So yeah. So now we get to the ball throw. No, not the ball throw. All the boys are changing, right? Hiroshima sees Izuku's body build, and Izuku looks like what you see in the picture. Hold up, let me see if I'll be able to find a better one. Izuku's built like that. No, not like that. Izuku's built like this. He definitely has some muscles, as you see in these pictures here that I do not own. YouTube, these videos are not owned by me, so don't sue me or anything. So yeah, Izuku, he's Kirishima's like, dude, what's your workout regimen? Izuku says, the type if you do, you're gonna have. Izuku says, the type if you do it the wrong way, you die. And you're like, it can't be that bad. Izuku says, okay, bet. I'll ask Aizawa to handpick the strongest students in this class, and I'll see how long y'all last in my workout regimen. Exactly how I worked out. And they say, okay. And Izuku says, keep this in mind, I have a fire type quirk. I do not have any strength enhancement. They said, okay. So yeah. The reason why Izuku told them that is because Izuku about to have them live like 1,000 weights. Izuku's basically gonna have them lift like 1,000 pounds and stuff like that. Basically like One Punch Man exercise type stuff. So yeah, Izuku he's about to be walking out, and he knows that Todoroki and Momo are dating, and he sees Mineta trying to peep, and Mineta happened to run his mouth, and he says, man, I really hope Momo's in front of this people. And he goes over to Todoroki. He says, hey yo, Todoroki. Todoroki says, yeah, me and you about to have to jump on Mineta over there. Everybody hears this except for Mineta, and everybody looks over at Izuku and Todoroki, and they said the only thing he said was he hopes to see Momo, and Todoroki says, yeah, that's my girlfriend. And they're like, oh. They're like, Manetta's about to die. So they're like, well, good luck with that, Manetta. And Manetta hears his name, he says, what? And Todoroki and Deku are right in front of him. They proceed to beat Manetta. Really, Manetta is gonna need to go to recovery girl. And I'm gonna say they had like a body bag or something in there. Deku cut 2 holes in it so Manetta can breathe. He walks out with a body bag, and Aizawa says, what's that for? Deku explains this. Actually, no. Jiro hears what's going on, and she's talking to all the girls, and she says, this guy named Todoroki and Izuku are beating up the pervert that was trying to peep, and I don't know why, but Todoroki got extremely mad, and Manetta mentioned Momo, and Momo says, oh, Todoroki got mad? They're like, yeah. And Momo was like, oh yeah, because me and him are dating. And they said, what? Izuku said, not, Izuku. Momo says, yeah. And they're like, no wonder why he got mad. Okay. And, they go out of the, whatchamacallit, of the locker rooms, and they go, all the girls go to Izuku and Todoroki. They all bow and they say, thank you for, handling Manetta. Aizawa sees them bow, and he hears what they said. Aizawa says, what happened? And, Deku throws Aizawa the body bag. Aizawa sees a, bloody and beaten, Manetta. He says, what happened? And Izuku explains the situation, and, they're all, Aizawa says, okay, so expel him on the spot. Okay, got it. And, he calls in, recovery girl, and she says, Eraser, what happened to this boy? And Izuku and Todoroki step up. They said, we would be the ones that are responsible for his current condition. And they said, and she says, and what happened? Y'all not even supposed to have anything broken, or y'all's training isn't even supposed to start today. And the first day of school, I get somebody injured. I mean, not I, and y'all get somebody injured. So, please tell me why I have to spend the first day healing him. And, they explained what happened, and she looks around Aizawa, and she says, he can go to a regular hospital, I ain't healing him. And Aizawa laughs, and he's like, okay. She tells Nezu what happened, and, Nezu says, recovery girl, please, I'll give you $20 extra on your paycheck. And I'll expel him. And she says, okay. And she heals Izuku. Not Izuku. She heals Mineta. We lunked it. The only reason why she healed him was because of that $20 paycheck. Not $20 paycheck. It's because that extra $20. And, Izuku... Aizawa says, Izuku, look, you got first place, and you beat All Might's record, so throw the ball. So yeah. Everybody looks over at Izuku, they say, he beat All Might's record with a firecracker. And Izuku says, I didn't just use a firecracker. They said, what else did you use? Izuku pulls out all 3 swords. Nah, Izuku pulls out every single sword he has. The Mihawk's sword goes on his back. The Izuku always has the necklace on. He always has Mihawk's necklace on. So yeah. And Izuku is like, with these. And everyone's like, you can summon weapons? Izuku says, yeah, sort of. And I must say, Izuku tries talking to Mihawk and Zoro. They say, look, we gotta actually go and die now. Because for some reason, you kept us here. So yeah. Izuku, he says, okay, I understand. They said, it's been an honor training with you, #1 swordsman. And he says, oh, so y'all finally admitting I'm always gonna be better than you? And they said, wow, you cocky. And Izuku says, it's been an honor training with y'all too. And they're like, oh. And they smile at the success that, not at the success, at Izuku, because they're just proud of the type of person, Izuku has became. So yeah, Izuku, he's happy. And Izuku, he's, oh man, my vehicle got blown up. Okay, sorry about that. Izuku, he throws the ball. Well, he doesn't throw the ball. He just teleports it to the moon. And Eraser says, oh, infinity. And they said he didn't even throw it. And Izuku says, no, I teleported it to the moon. And everybody's like, you didn't do it. I'm not. And basically, and Izuku says, I didn't. You only go to the moon and grab a moon rock as well as the ball. And they say, yeah. So Izuku teleports there and teleports back. And Izuku like moon rock and the ball. And Aizawa says, okay, time to send that rock to Principal Nezu to see if he actually did that. Nezu says, how did you get a moon rock? And no, Nezu asked Aizawa, how did he get a moon rock? And he said, Izuku, he teleported there to grab the ball off the moon and teleported back. And they get it checked out. It's a moon rock. And yeah. So Izuku got first place. We go to the grip strength. We go to the grip test. Izuku destroys the machine, getting first place with that. Side to side jumps, Izuku gets first place. The race, Ida says, sorry Izuku, but I'ma win this. Speed's kinda my thing. And Izuku says, sure. As soon as Aizawa says go, Izuku just teleports it in. Aizawa says 1 minute. No, not 1 minute. Aizawa says 1 second. Izuku wins, beating the record again. And Aizawa was really impressed with Deku, and basically, Izuku won first place and everything. Now Izuku goes over to Aizawa, and Izuku says, everyone, listen up. Everybody listens up. Izuku says, Aizawa, some of the boys were saying that my workout regimen is is really weak, and it's not that serious as I say it is. Now, you can pick some students that you think that you think needs discipline and would need a really intense boot camp type workout regimen. And as always says, Bakutukatsky, Tenya Ito, and he says also me. And he says why also you. And as always says, honestly, I just wanna try to do your workout regimen. And he says okay. So 3 weeks later, Izuku's training Bakugo and Tenya Ito, and he says now y'all lift this boulder, and Izuku, and there's 3 boulders there, and everybody's like, not everybody, Baku says that's impossible. Izuku says no, it's not. My masters are able to lift 3 of these boulders at the same time. This ain't nothing. This is kindergarten compared to what I'm able to do right now. And Izuku says Izuku puts them through the exact training that Zoro went through to learn 3 sword style. 3 weeks after that, Tenya Ito quits. He just doesn't show up. And Bakugo doesn't show up. Aizawa's actually putting in that work. And he says, okay. Aizawa, come here. And Aizawa goes over to Deku. And Deku says, now, since you are able to lift that, here's 3 practice swords, and I got 1 practice sword. Come at me. And him and Aizawa start training and doing all that, and Aizawa learned how to use 3 sword style. And now we go to heaven. Mihawk and Zoro, they're like, we're so proud of him. And Luffy says, Zoro, you trained somebody? And Zoro's like, yes, I did. He was kind of like a son I never had, or always wanted, something like that. And Nami's like, well, that's good. Sanji was like, man, I wish I could have lived so I could train somebody. And God, he's like, look, y'all can train that kid. No gum powers, no nothing. But y'all can teach him how to throw hands and all that, and how to create stuff. And they're like, okay. So Izuku gets taught how to throw hands and stuff like that. And Izuku's pretty good at hand to hand. And Aizawa manages to pass Izuku's training. And Aizawa's like, I don't know how you've ever put up this training, but this training is torture, man. And Izuku says, good, well, you passed. Now it's time for the advanced stuff. And Aizawa says, no advanced. This is all good. Izuku says, okay. And, now we go to the, what's it called? Heroes versus Villains event. And All Might runs in the door. He says, I'm coming through the door like a normal person. And everybody like, Izuku says, what type of normal person besides Luffy would do that? And everybody's like, who's Luffy? And I'm gonna say Aizawa and all the teachers know about the Pirate King and all of that stuff because I'm gonna say not too long ago, they had take the One Piece and put in like a secret museum type stuff, and on there it basically told them who all the past pirate kings were and all that, about the great pirate era and stuff like that. And Aizawa says, Izuku, me and you need to talk. And Izuku says, what did I do? I just mentioned the pirate king, Luffy. And Izuku's just saying that in his head. And All Might and Aizawa are talking to Izuku. And they're like, how do you know the pirate king? Izuku says, who do you think taught me how to use the swords? I said, who? Izuku says, Rowano Zoro and Mihawk. And they said, what? And Izuku says, yup. And they said, are they still alive? Izuku says, no. Dead. And they're like, by who? You? Izuku says, no. Natural cause. They said, oh, okay. But yeah. Now we go to the heroes versus villains thing, and I thought, oh my god, I'm gonna pair y'all up and stuff like that. And Izuku says, All Might says, yeah. And you're gonna need the whole classroom to even have a chance of defeating me. And All Might's like, yeah, he has a good point. And everybody's like, man, he's just being super cocky and stuff like that. And Bakugo and Tsunoida say they go over to Izuku and they say this loud enough to where everybody can hear this. And Deku made them mellow. Deku gave them a reality check. And they go over to All Might. They say, All Might, please, we're begging you, do not let that monster go. Please don't let that monster fight us. Please, we're begging you. And everybody's like, what did he do to them? And Aizawa says, yeah, it's gonna take all of the teachers and all of the classroom to even have a chance. A small chance to defeat Izuku. And Todoroki is like, Izuku, handicap, one sword. And Izuku says, which sword? And Izuku summons all of them. And Todoroki knows about the necklace thing. And he says, this is the small knife. And everyone says, the small knife? What does he mean? Izuku says, okay, fine. And Izuku takes out the small knife. And Aizawa says, that was a knife? Izuku says, yeah. So yeah. Everyone's like, oh yeah, we got this now. And so it's the whole class up against Izuku. Izuku's going to be the hero. Izuku looks at the building, and he walks in, and everybody passes out. Why? Because how Conqueror's hockey works, if you don't have a strong enough willpower, your willpower is not stronger than Izuku's willpower, then you're gonna be knocked out. And Aizawa sees, no, not Aizawa, All Might sees all the kids is pass out. And he says, hero team wins. And Izuku, he's like, yeah, pretty easy. And Aizawa and Eraser had said, go to Izuku. They say, How did he do that? Izuku says, a little thing called Conqueror's Hockey. And he said, you have hockey? And Izuku says, yup. And they're like, can you teach it to us? Izuku says, sadly, y'all don't have any. Y'all are not able to use it. They said, what? Why not? Izuku says, I'm able to sense if you have any form of hockey or have the potential to unlock hockey. Nobody in the school has any potential to unlock it, and they were not born with it. It's rare enough to have it's rare to have one form of hockey, but for me, I have all three. And everybody's like, not everybody, Aizawa, Nezu, and all the teachers are like, what? So yeah, the teachers are freaking out and stuff like that. So, yeah, how long is this video? It's 1 hour. Hey guys, I hope y'all liked part 2 to What If Izuku Was a Todoroki with a Twist. And now, I'ma go. This is Scarecrow. Make sure to, like, subscribe, and leave a comment on who the ship should be. I'm thinking either Nejire, Kendo, or, Mei, Hatsume. So, y'all decide, and bye. Everybody have a good day or night, judged by time zones.